Hi Ismail, hi Eric. Well, I have some questions for you. Oh, well, I had a question. Have you ever been assaulted?
In my case, fortunately, no.
Well, in my case, yes, I have been assaulted.
And
Mm,
when was it?
It was probably, well, around 2 years ago. My family and I went to a tacos place, and when two guys arrived in a car and pointed at us.
Okay, well, that's terrible. And you, Ismail, and what could you do if you were assaulted?
Well, if I were assaulted, I don't know. It depends of how somebody assaulted me. For example, is if somebody put a gun from me, of course I will uh, give her all my money. Uh, Fortunately, I guess it's never happened. Well, uh, okay. Now I have some questions for you, uh, George and Eric. Have you got lost?
Well, in my case, I have never got lost.
Well, yeah, for me, and I, I think that I got lost when I was 8 years old, something like that.
Where was it, George?
And it was when I went to Kitsania, and I got lost for 2 hours, something like that.
Okay. How did you find your group again?
Well, I wandered until I found another group of my same school, and I had to stay with them.
Okay, okay, nice. And you, Eric, what happened if you enter into a forest? Do you think you can find your way again?
I think I will just get out of the forest if I left something in the original path that I could remember to get out of the forest. But if I didn't do that, I would probably never got out of the forest.
Oh, okay, nice, interesting answer.
Well, now I have a question for you guys. What's the craziest experience you've ever had?
Well, I have some crazy experiences, but I think that the craziest experience that I ever had is when my partners were arrested for the police. Yeah, I remember this day because they were in a group, you know, mm, in the metro. Yes, they were in the metro. They was in a manifestation. Uh, I remember that the police entered to this metro. It was in Tasqueña, Metro Tasqueña, and the men were arrested, and the woman uh, didn't didn't do nothing. No, how the men were arrested, and the woman used the police kick them. By the night, I remember that my partners were in the Coitres, is the name of the police station, and their dad and were to with him. Of course, they weren't in the jail, and they just have to clean poop of dogs for 3 days, and I think it was the worst experience I ever had.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And what about you, George?
Well, I don't know how if it's crazy, but once I went, well, I had to went to another country, and well, I was traveling a lot, and well, was uh, I I I was going to take the transport, and I was well, I was okay until I heard some people that was telling to others that that transport where I was going to was assaulted some stations before, but to me, it was before I arrived, before I went off to the transport.
Okay, okay. And what about you, Moises?
What's the craziest experience I have ever had? I don't know. Maybe when I was a child, I was with my family in Acapulco. We were in the beach, we were enjoying the environment, but there was an attraction, a tourist attraction. I don't know if I can name it like that, but it was a game named the Banana. So I remember that we were going to pay to ride that game, and we were on it on the banana. So we were in the sea, but the banana turned left in a corner very fast, so that banana felt, and we felt. I remember that I was getting in shock because I couldn't swim. Nowadays, I think I can swim. But yes, in those times, I remember that I couldn't, and I was like getting shocked, crying. I remember that I cried. I remember that I was getting shocked because there was a lot of for me, so there was a lot. But yes, I think for me it's the craziest experience I have ever had. I don't know. Yeah, that's the most, that's the craziest experience I